Good morning. Another week starts, or another week ends. Actually, Monday's the last day of my week, really, not the beginning of my week, but whatever. Get this lined up. Good morning, gang. The front door is closed this morning for those of you who have been enjoying like the ambient sounds and stuff from outside. Not this morning, I'm sorry, because it's hot out there, as in hot. Summer is here in Tokyo at last. So I've got the door closed and I got the dryer on. When the kids get here later, we'll switch the air conditioner on. But I go without, can I focus there? Where am I? Here. Looks good, I think. Good morning, good morning. Yeah, paper's out, thank you. 2 packs are out today. Suga-san is printing some Fox Moon. No, 3 packs are out up there. What am I doing? 3 packs I took. Suga-san is printing Fox Moon. Kawai-san is he's finishing up the 2nd print in this year's Japan Journey series. He's doing another batch of those. Dei-chan is doing the 3rd print in Japan Journey. We've started a 2nd subscription batch, and we have to keep ahead of the subscribers. It's a Monday. Cameron should be here this morning, I think, around the usual time. I do have a show and tell, actually, a traditional type, old book type show and tell, if you remind me when Cameron gets here. And other than that, you know what I'll be doing. There's also a small announcement, no big deal. I spent last night with my lights, camera, action all set up here last night, and I cut a video last night and got up early this morning and did the editing, and it's ready, almost ready for uploading. So we will have a new video up on YouTube if I get the approval from Cameron, meaning I'm ready to go, but I've learned over the last few videos that the audio is a problem. So once Cameron gets here and we're finished the stream, I'll get him to help me edit the audio on that thing, and if it passes his test, there will be a new video up this morning. Anyway, let's get to work. It's going to be quiet today without the door open. It's fun with that door open. It really makes a difference. You can hear the people walking and everything. But sorry, not today. Or I guess for the next couple of months. The weekend was a real topsy-turvy weekend because of the fireworks festival on Saturday. The town was busy. Asakusa was just jammed with people. Again, those of you who know our system here, that means for us actually it's not a good, business-wise it's not good. When there's way too many people, it's just the buzz feeling is good out there, but nobody's thinking about buying stuff like football prints, so it doesn't do anything for us for business. It was fun. Millions of people everywhere. The kimono shop next door, the girls just went crazy. I hope the guy gave them a good bonus, because man, oh man, there were lineups all day long. People want to rent a summer yukata and then go and watch the fireworks. So they were just booked and busy right from morning. And they were open late at night to take back the stuff after the festival was over. And we're just sitting here watching it all go by. So very quiet for us. the people who ran the festival this year had a real conundrum. The festival was set for Saturday night, and the pattern every year is the same. The normal timetable is for Saturday night, but if it gets rained out, they have another chance to do it Sunday night. You know, the fireworks just stay set up there on the ground, and away they go. But today there was this time around there was a typhoon number 6, as the Japanese number them. And when it came Thursday and Friday, the meteorological report showed the typhoon coming here, and it was a really, really slow one, which means it's really difficult to guess the time of arrival. And the people who organized the festival Saturday morning, they had to make their call. Do they do it Saturday? Do they postpone until Sunday? Or what do they do, or just cancel the whole thing? And I would not want their job, because all the setup that people have booked, they've rented their yukata, the fireworks things are booked, the beer is ready, it's a massive, massive thing. Police officers, thousands of them, train schedules. You just don't casually change your mind. Oh, okay, let's do it tomorrow. It's a big, big deal. And in the early morning on Saturday, they made the call to run it Saturday night. And all of us here were thinking they have screwed up, because the typhoon weather report was that by Sunday it would be clear, but by Saturday evening it was iffy. It might have hit here in the late afternoon. So we were really thinking they had made the wrong call. But it turned out they had better information than we did, or they had better luck, because the typhoon dissipated in late Saturday afternoon. And these guys had a beautiful, beautiful weather for the fireworks festival. And then 2 or 3 hours after it finished, boom, in came rainstorms in the middle of the night. So they got really, lucky or skilled, whichever one of whatever you want to call it. But I would not want to make that call. My God, I would not want to make that call. There must be just some guy sitting there, the buck stops here guy. He must have just had to make the call, and this year he got it right. I think that's the end of another column. Sure. Yes, it is. Just clean up a bit at the bottom here and then start a new column. Comments. Missing this here. What's going on? On a print like Heron and Iris that fades from blue to yellow. Blue to yellow. No, what you're confused. That's not a blue gradation down and a yellow gradation up. What you're seeing there, the yellowish tone is over the whole paper. It's not a gradation. It's a base tone. And then on top of it, the blue, the deep yellow, green, blue comes down on top of this. We're talking about the Heron and Iris, right? The vertical print. The one we make ourselves, is that the one you're asking about? Because there's different versions out there that I don't know about. But on ours, the paper is first printed with a base tone. It's a brownish yellow beige type tone, and then the blue gradation comes down over the top. We almost never do a single gradation with one color at one end and the other color at the other end. I can't remember ever having done that in our work. We just don't do it. Now we are getting to the next column, so we're getting close to the end here. How many columns do we have left? What's David going to do with his life when this is done? We have 1, 2, 3 left. So I'll pull back one more then. Here we go. So there's 1, hidden 2, 3 columns and a little tiny bit. Oh, 4. We've got 4 to carve. 1, 2, 3, 4 to carve. Let's just push the paper back here. I think the Western printmakers do that. What do they call rainbow roll and stuff? They get a roller on a plate and they put one kind of pigment at one end and the other kind of pigment at the other end. And it's sort of neat, it looks kind of neat like a rainbow. But for us, what we need to do, we need to be able to control exactly where each one's ending. And we need to do it like 100 times in a row. And if we applied a gradation at both ends of the brush and tried to do them together, then there's no way we're controlling this by how far we move the brush side to side. And if we were trying to do two of them at the same time, there's no way you'd be able to control exactly where they both end. So we'll do them one at a time. And I can't really think of any time there would be an exception to that. Because you can't control it over the course of making 100 prints. Anybody can do one. But to get 100 or whatever your number is all lined up at the same place, there's no way you can do it with two gradations in the same brush. Okay, here we go. Rough cut first. Let's isolate this row. It's too bad with the door closed. It's much more pleasant with the door open, the sounds of the street and stuff, the footsteps, as it were. Sorry about that. There's a batch of new prints that will be going into the shop this afternoon, and I don't know if it's anything we can do online or not. I know a guy visited here a few weeks back. He's an acquaintance, a friend of mine, and Doisan, the older guy who works here with me. He's a print collector from America, and he's about my age, a bit older than me, I guess, actually. And he has a similar problem to what I myself do a bit, and what Doisan has. He's collected all these prints over the years, and now he's thinking about, now what do I do? My kids don't want these things. They don't know what they are. And if he just leaves his collection on the shelf, and once he's gone, his kids and stuff won't know what to do with it. They'll just, put it to the junk dealer or something. So he's thinking that at his time of life, I guess he's about 70 maybe, I'm not sure, he wants to just move on. So he's asking us if we could help him move his collection on, sell it. And as a shop, we have mixed feelings about this. We have to sell prints here at a fair price, what they are. So there's no way we can buy prints at the same price. So we can't pay him what they're worth. It's just not possible when you're doing things like this at a retail level. And he knows that. So he's not asking us to, do this as a charity deal or whatever. And he's not expecting because of the midline aspect of it, he's not expecting to get a full retail price himself. So what we've done is, and what we're going to do with this thing is we've got his prints here in a bunch of folders, black folders, and we've been getting the names ready and getting it all listed up and what they are and stuff like that. And he's put a price on them himself as to what he'd like to get. He gave us this list. So then we put our small margin on these, well, a reasonable margin on them, and then put them in the shop. So for us, it's a consignment type corner. And we may end up doing more of this as time goes by. We're not sure. So we're going to have these folders of prints in the shop, and we haven't paid him for them. We can't possibly afford. It's hundreds and hundreds of prints. There's no way we can afford the cash outlay to buy his collection from him, even at a wholesale price. So the prints are sitting here in folders, and no money has changed hands. They're consignment. And they're all priced, and if some of them are of interest to customers here, and if they buy them, then at that point, we pay him for the ones that have sold. And we'll see where it goes from there. It may end up not going well, and we just give him back the folders, or we'll see how it goes. And another reason we want to try this is because it's a kind of a print that we ourselves don't have many of. It's Yoshitoshi. He was a real fan of Yoshitoshi, and we ourselves don't have too many of those for a couple of reasons. So there are very few reproductions made, and they're the things we've been buying most of. But also, for the most part, the Yoshitoshi prints start to move up into the area of prints that are for collectors. Print collectors like his stuff very much. And they have a different kind of price level than what casual guests or tourists in Japan like. And our shop is a mix of both. People who like our heroes prints and stuff like that, or they've watched the YouTube videos, and then casual walk-in tourists. And walk-in tourists are not the market for prints that cost, a few $100s. So we'll see. We told him about this. I mean, he knows who we are and what we're doing, so he knows we're not the best venue for this. But if he tried to do this with the shops downtown, they will just offer him whatever it is, 10, 15% of the value or something, whatever the number is. And he will get anywhere near what he paid for them. So he's willing to just let them sit here for the years it may take to sell. So Kira-san's been working on this for a couple of weeks, and she will probably have the first folder up in the shop today. And if she's got time, then we'll try putting some online too. We'll see. He's got a bunch of the Yoshitoshi prints, the Moon series, the 100 aspects of the Moon. Which we normally don't buy in the wholesale auctions because they're just too expensive for our clients here. Is that the stairwell behind me? Did Sugu-san go upstairs? I didn't see her come past the doorway. The girls upstairs in the printing room, they've got their own air conditioner up there, and we put it in last summer. Every time I go up there, I'm stunned again by how they're using it. I really kind of mixed feelings about this. They really, really, really keep the air conditioner at a very, what's the word, very low, very high. I know it's cold up there, really, really cold up there. And I have mixed feelings. Come on, guys, think of the energy cost, blah, 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 save the planet, blah, 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 all this stuff, And they're like, hey, we're the ones who are sweating and working and sweating and working. You keep quiet, So, and it's true, I can't say anything, They're all four of them up there. There's four of them today. Ishikawa-san, Dei-chan, Kawai-san, Suga-san. And they're pumping away. Rub, 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 rub. And as much as Dave, the old-fashioned guy, didn't have an air conditioner back in Ome, I can't really demand the same thing for these guys. It would be an absolute sweat box if we didn't have anything in there. But they keep it at insanely cold levels, you know. But whatever, there's nothing I can really say about it. They're the ones who are doing the work. And, the problem is because the place is so badly insulated, you know, they're in the third floor and the roof above them has got the bright sun on top of it, beating down. So the hot sun is shining on this concrete roof, which, you know, radiates down into their room. So it's a real waste. They're pumping the air conditioner as cold as they can, and the sun is beating down on the roof at top, you know. And we tried last year to spray some water up there a little bit. We went up there, me and Aoyami-san, we went up, sprayed some water. And we can't really tell if it has an effect, but you go back up there 5 minutes later, and it's just bone dry because it's all evaporated. So we'd need pretty much a continuous sprinkler spray up there. So what's the biggest waste? The water waste, the energy waste? I don't know. If we were designing the building from scratch, of course, the solution is easy. You put something green up there or whatever, you know. But there's no way we can take an old building like this and suddenly put a garden or something up there. We'd be leaking within 15 minutes, I'm sure. You know. The unit they've got, it's an air conditioner / dryer. It's got different settings. And the air conditioner setting on it, of course, it's sucking as much moisture out of the thing as possible. The unit outside has a drain, and we can see just the water running away from the drain, of course. The one we have down here has a dry setting, which is what it's on right now. And when the shop opens, when people come in all the time, we will need to actually switch it to the AC, because dry just doesn't have enough power to keep the temperature down. Okay, I think that's cleared away. Basically, we've got this next column with the rough work on the outside done. We've talked about this before, you know, what I just did right now, roughing this out, would be a younger worker's job, an apprentice's job. Then in comes the master to do the nice cutting. I think we should sharpen here. This will just be a touch-up sharpening. We don't need a full, there's nothing broken here, just a touch-up. I'm getting a notification feed from Google Chrome here, from YouTube. The video YouTube has been promoting, or whatever they do with it, the algorithm has been sending out the Remembering a Carver video. and it's been getting 400, 500, 600 views a day, an hour. 400, 500, 600 views an hour over the past couple of days. So the comments are pouring in every few minutes. More comments, more comments, more comments. Bob Ross, Bob Ross, Bob Ross. YouTube subscriber numbers are just climbing hundreds and hundreds a day. It's so much fun to see that. You know? I don't know how many are robots. You shouldn't look at those numbers and take it so seriously. But whatever, the higher the numbers climb, the more percentage of them in there are real people who have enjoyed the YouTube channel. And Cameron will laugh at me when he hears me say this, but we're waiting for that silver, what's it called, the play button, the YouTube big poster thing they send you. Sometime around the end of this year, if current trends continue, we'll have 100,000 YouTube subscribers. And they're going to send us this kind of a nice silver play button. So, assuming they still have that program. Yeah, 100K, 1 million, 10 million. So we're only ever going to do one of those. We're never going to be in the million level. Not while I'm alive, anyway. Whatever. So, but yeah, it's going to be fun. 100K. You're going to put it on the wall right behind my carving bench here. I shouldn't care about this stuff, but it's going to be fun. Video I made last night, Kevin's going to either laugh or cry when he sees it. In the previous video, we mentioned that Cameron's been working on a new series of videos, and he is really spending a lot of time on it. Perhaps actually too much time. I saw the other day he didn't quite get through the order box in time to send the orders to Omi. It's okay, I get it. He wants to do interesting stuff, and of course, let him run with it. Absolutely, let him run with it. Good for him and good for us. But it was we were talking about the fact that he's designing a new video series for us, and he started to mock up some samples and get some pieces ready and stuff like that. So this video I'm talking about right now is not anything to do with that. This is just an independent little project Dave did by himself, and I think Cameron actually might not actually be so happy about it. It's okay, he doesn't complain. He works here and everything else. But I think he's been trying to get a certain style and feel for the channel going up, and the one I did last night that we're going to upload today is definitely a little bit different, and he won't say anything, so it's okay, but fine. Okay, there we are. We have a nice little sharpen. Let's get back to it. What brand of Sumi ink we use? It's not really critical, but whatever. The one we use is called Kaimei Bokuju. Kaimei Bokuju. It's really high. Well, it's ground really finely. Can I get it here? Kaimei Bokuju. Bokuju. Here we go. There it is. That's our brand, Kaimei Bokuju. It's available all over the world, I think. They export this stuff. And the benefit for us is it's super, super, super finely ground and doesn't cause wear and tear on the blocks, and more than a cheaper brand would be. Nice cut. The wood up at the top of these calligraphy rows is not good. You know, the wood in the middle of this block is not so bad, but towards the edge of the block, the width of the tree, and this edge part, the first couple of characters, the wood up here is not stable, not good. It's got what we call nashi moyo, the pattern of the grain. It's really not good at all. It's soft and hard and soft and hard, so it's really easy for the knife to slip here. Once we're up and printing it, printers won't even notice it, but the light diffuser's looking green. Yes, I got to get it cleaned up. Put a couple of drops of disinfectant in there, I think. Yasutomo ink, is that the same stuff? I don't know. That's a different brand name, so no comment on that. Yasutomo, I don't know. I'm sorry. And there's really a wide difference in quality. You know, this Kaimei Bokuju that we're using, actually it's changed over the years. And grumpy old Dave here says that it was better back in the old days, but I'm not 100% trustworthy on such memories. But it seems to me partway along it quite changed and became weaker, more dilute. And I think they were what's it called when you put water in the milk and stuff? They were, I think, thinning it with a bit too much water. I forget the word for that. Adulterating. Got it. My brain works so slowly now. keep up with this. Yeah, we buy the stuff in 1.5 liter bottles. They come in a pack of 2. We get it from Kaime. It's a box with 2 1.5 liter plastic bottles in it, and they've got this special pour top where it just pours out like a couple of cc's at a time. It's easy to spill normally. So. Yeah, we go through quite a lot of it. The main customers for that kind of stuff are calligraphy teachers, of course. They'll go through, my God, every day with their classes in their home. They go through tons and tons and tons of it. I don't know, we'll buy it every couple of years, I guess. I don't know. 1.5 liters a package of 2, so 3 liters. I don't know exactly, every couple of years, I suppose. I don't know. For me, when I was working by myself, it was, God, I couldn't ever remember when the last time I bought it. Picky wood up here in this bad wood grain here. Yes, the video you're just referencing, Goto-san, Goto Hidehiko, he's our baron maker. He's the baron maker. All the new barons we have upstairs were made by him. We buy antique, older ones whenever we can get them, but that's those chances don't come up very often. But yeah, Goto-san makes our barons. We must have ordered 3 or 4 from him last year. We're ordering all the time, you know. I know we really want to keep him in business, so I'm doing sort of what I actually shouldn't be doing. I'm the owner of the workshop here, and I have supplied upstairs barons for all the printers, and that's not the normal way to do it. A print publisher would not supply the tools for his printers. Of course not. We supply the paper, the blocks. We'll supply pigment corner and stuff like that, but there's no way the publisher would ever provide the barons. But because of what we do here as far as training goes, you know, a lot of the people working here are not, you know, very experienced craftsmen yet. So I've got a huge baron storage upstairs. We've got dozens of them now, you know. Some that haven't even been opened yet. Because I want to keep that guy in business. And one by one, the printers upstairs, as they get more experienced and as they get more fluent in their own work, they are ordering barons. Sugu-san now, I think actually she doesn't use my barons anymore at all. I think she's got her own good collection built up. Kawai-san has a couple of his own, so he's still using mine, but he's got a couple, and he's up and running. Nishikawa-san, she still has sort of a bit of a housewife mode to this, so she hasn't bought her own barons yet, although we're trying to encourage her to do so, rather than just using mine. But it's not a demand I'm going to make. Come on, do this or get out. There's nothing like that. But I wish she would feel a bit more invested in the process to make the investment herself. You know. There's another aspect of this Barons too that's quite sad for me. When we opened this Asakusa workshop, we had been all working together over at my house in Ome. Me and the 4, 5, or 6, however you count them, the young girls who've been training for this. And we've been sharing the tools back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. But when we opened Asakusa, a couple of the printers stayed back there, Tsushima-san and Shiba-san. And the other printers came here, Miyashita-san, Ishikawa-san. Who else is one more? Kanai-san at that time. Yeah. So we had to split up our tools. So all my own personal tools, my barons and my brushes, we had a real divvy up. There's a video about this on the blog there somewhere. We put all the tools on the floor, we formed 2 teams, and we did it just like a sports day. One leader picked one baron, another leader picked another baron, and they went back and forth, trying to make sure we kept enough tools in each workshop where everybody would have a chance to use, the proper tools. But the thing is that those were my tools. Those were my personal tools, my barons, my brushes, whatever. And over the next few years after Asakusa got started, this is 2014, 2015, 2016, 2017, they didn't have their own tools. A gang of people were using my tools, and my own stuff just got basically used up. The baron that I had bought myself back in 1989, my first real home baron, I had treasured it and used it carefully. And because I myself am a carver and a printer, my own tools don't get overused. So that baron was still in wonderful condition. But within 2-3 years of being used here, where everybody in the workshop used it every day and didn't really handle it so carefully, it basically got destroyed. Its life was used up in the space of a couple of years. And I realized that one day. I came up and somebody was having trouble printing, and I said, well, why not use number 6? And he said, well, and there's a pause, and I pulled number 6 out of the drawer, and I realized that it's totally flat, it's unusable, it's been worn out too much. So that very day we put in an order with Goto-san for 3 or 4 or 5 barons to try and spread the weight, try and spread the workload among the different tools in the workshop. And I took my number 6 back out of there, and it's in a drawer upstairs now, and it's finished. It's basically unusable, and I really was kind of hurt by that. My own best personal tool that I had treasured all these years just became something in the box to be used and used until it was worn up. So whatever, it can't be helped. So people ask sometimes, Dave, are you going to do any printing? I don't know if I'll ever get back to doing any printing. I don't actually have a toolkit anymore. The only tools I've got left now are this little cardboard box here full of a few carving tools. So I don't know. Must be about time for Cameron to get here, right? I don't have my sense of time here is a bit funny now because the door's closed. We can't hear the normal sounds. Should be Cameron time soon, I think. Yeah, the Murasaki barons, that's the same guy, Goto Hidehiko. He makes student-level barons like Murasakis. Those are the ones we use in the print party here. They're much more powerful per ounce that you push into them. They're too powerful for most of our daily use upstairs, but they're great for the print party here. The coil can get replaced. What you do is you rotate the coil as you're using it to minimize wear on the skin. Then every once in a while you'll flip the coil top to bottom, so that part of it can rest and swell back, and part of it gets used. Then at some point, the top and bottom have both become flattened beyond the point where they're usable for that thing. So you cut the string on the coil, and holding it over a kettle in the steam, you very, very carefully, don't try this at home if you don't know what you're doing. You hold the coil over the steam to soften it up, and you straighten the coil out to its full 30 meter, whatever it is. And then using the little jig you make, you coil it back up again, but this time, whatever was coiled this way, you turn it 1/3 around, so that you're coiling it again, and it's using a new face of the cord. Get it back to normal, and you can then start again. You've got a new fresh top face, print it, a new fresh bottom face, print with it. That goes on for 1 year, 2 years, 3 years. You do it again, put it over the steam, stretch it out, and now you try and find the spots that haven't been used. That's why we said 1/3, 1/3, instead of just turning it 90 degrees. And that's tough the third time, because by now the thing is mixed, it's random, it's all twisted all over itself. The third time is really, really difficult. You coil it back up again, tie it up again, and you've now got a third chance at using this barron. But as I said, it's really difficult to coil up exactly the same way. So this is your final, it's the retirement years for that barron. But even then, once you're done with that, if you had started with, say, a 16-strand barron that was really tough and strong, after flipping it, opening it, rewinding it, flipping it, rewinding it, getting it small, they get softer and softer and softer. It's still usable, but for a different use. Instead of a barron that will be full of power to do a background image, you'll use it for something that might print a smaller area on a kimono. So the things don't actually totally finally die, or maybe they do, but I haven't been in this business long enough to see one. They just get softer and softer and weaker, and you use it for a different purpose. This is not our normal garbage truck out there. It's a private garbage truck for one of the companies. Maybe the kimono company, they had so much business over the weekend, I don't know. Oh no, I bet you it's the hot dog. It's the hot dog garbage. Morning, that was Ishikawa-san. She came in early this morning and she's now going home. Her job this morning was paper preparation. Good morning, good morning. いやまだまだまだこれからですよ。明日持ってきますから。そう。You're on live.
Just whatever.
She's going home now.
Oh.
She came I was still asleep, so I don't know exactly what time she came at, but I heard her. Actually, I was just in that era of waking up before the alarm starts, just at the same time that I heard footsteps coming up the stairs, you know. No, I had known she was coming. She warned me yesterday. She said, I'll be there early in the morning. Coming early. So. Good morning. Oh, don't look.
Oh, no.
It's a contraband.
Contraband.
Bought at about 12:30 last night.
You're up late?
I was up late and up early. I'm running on about 4 hours sleep. No, that's not true. Went to bed at about 1 and got up at the normal alarm time, 6. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 5 hours. But I'm okay. I'm okay.
Okay.
And a new video. It's ready. It's in the can.
It's in the can?
I started it last night after we closed the shop. It's in the can, but I can't upload it yet because I need a
audio check. Okay.
So,
wow, that was fast. What's the topic? I didn't even know this one was coming.
It's called Green Portraits.
Green Portraits. Okay. Oxidizate.
No. Green portraits, as in Ukiyo-Hiro's portrait. Green. You know what I mean, right? Right.
I know what's happening. Okay.
I think it's okay if I do this. It's a bit silly, but
it's fine.
I think it's okay.
Yeah.
Actually, I said it's all except the audio, but a couple more things. The music issue, the video that's incorporated behind our prints.
Yeah.
do we dare leave a little bit of music in, or is it just going to cause endless YouTube problems? I don't know. So whatever, let's play it together and have a look at it and think about it.
Sounds good.
If we can duck it far enough, I don't know. I don't think you can duck it far enough to avoid the copyright claims. You know.
Yeah. What are you doing? I fell asleep on the train.
Huh? Going to work, not going home. What? What kind of salaryman are you anyway?
The worst kind. Sleep probably around Misato Chuo. I think that was the last one I heard. And then I suddenly hear Asakusa.
But you didn't hear Akihabara, that's the one.
Yeah, at least I made it. I didn't have to go to the end.
The worst that
and
could happen is 2 stations. It's not like going the other way.
It's not Yamanote line. That
or
just
waking
goes
up at Tsukuba or something. You know.
Yeah. Talking about how your computer came back very quickly. David KP says, "Yeah, David was actually a little disappointed since he looked forward to having an excuse not to stay on top of email."
This is true story, actually, true story. So we sent it out Tuesday morning. I took it to Apple, and it showed up here afternoon, Thursday afternoon. What was it, 4 o'clock or so?
Yeah.
Well, happy, of course, no complaint. You know.
Yeah. Quick service. Treadmill too. Green as in greenhouses of the Yoshiwara.
No.
Nope.
Nice guess, but no.
Okay. No, I'm no printmaker. I'm just here in the background. If you write an email to us, I'm probably the one who will write back.
So you say just, not your own words, just?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, the printers do awesome work. I'm just doing background stuff, which I know is also important, but I like seeing the printers at work. I have fun recording them.
Yeah, no, the software seems. Did you see the email?
Not yet. No.
Oh, you're sleeping on the train.
Yeah,
Sending email.
on the train,
Right. I know. I believe the software is okay. I found a reason why it was crashing.
Okay.
And of course, it was something that I introduced last week when I did the other update that you requested.
Yeah.
Did you request it? I don't know. Whatever.
I think
So
crashing requested it.
So let's see. But I found what was wrong. It was a logic error. It wasn't a brain fart. It was an actual logic error. What was I thinking? You know, if this, then that. If this, okay, put that inside the loop, and it's something that should have been outside the loop, and away we went, and away we went. So. And a payment came in last night smoothly. It seems to run. I sure hope a few more come in before we hit the first of the month.
Yeah. So I don't want to manually.
We've got 3 days left, so I think there will be enough. Yeah. So it's bug free until it isn't.
Yep. That's okay. Did a video. What else did you do over the weekend?
It was a busy time in the shop, you know. It's the same. Well, it was the fireworks festival, so Asakusa was crazy.
The storm came in the morning instead of the evening.
Oh, I tell you, the guy who had to make the call on whether to do it that day, we were all saying he's crazy. They should have cut and run until Sunday.
Yeah.
All of us said the same thing.
Yeah.
And yet, he made the right call.
Yeah, it worked out.
So,
It's Monday morning, at least up where we were. That storm was wild. It woke us up early in the morning. It was just wind and...
Well, it wasn't a typhoon by that time, though, because Saturday afternoon, a few hours before the fireworks festival, the typhoon page switched to say no more typhoons.
Oh,
It had broken up into whatever they called it,
tropical storm
whatever
or something.
So we didn't actually get hit by a typhoon officially.
Right. Yeah. It was the remnants of a typhoon. But it was still a storm.
So also, you left the back window open in your room there, so I had to mop it up a little bit.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Whatever. No, it's not like it's your fault, but if you are on Friday for sure when you're leaving.
Okay. Make sure that window gets shut.
No, that's not. It's my responsibility to go around. If I hear rain, cover the whole building, you know. But I forgot about that one. I had to mop up. That window doesn't have a, what do you call it? You know, outside to stop the rain from coming in through the window.
It just comes straight in.
It just comes straight in, even though they're protected by neighboring buildings.
Yeah. It's surprising how much rain still gets through, even though we're only a meter apart from the building next to us.
I got caught by that many times over the years, you know. because I wanted it open for the airflow, especially when we had the shop on the second floor. It was
That breeze.
Yeah,
that
absolutely,
feels so-
absolutely.
Watched a couple Instagram stories on the Sumida fireworks. Some pretty cool stuff, according to Yami say. So no stream from here, so
No,
you
I
had to go
didn't,
get a fix elsewhere.
I didn't try. I went out for dinner myself, and the employees had all gone by then. I went out for dinner. The restaurants are all deserted during the fireworks side of really peaceful dinner. But it's a 90-minute show. It started here at 7 and finished at 8:30.
Right.
And so I came back about 8:20. So okay, go up to the roof to watch the last 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And that was enough. There was enough explosions in the last 10 minutes to keep me busy for years. You know? And we've talked about this before. I really don't like the way the Japanese do the fireworks. So endless stuff in your face.
Yeah.
Over and over and over and over again,
Yeah.
the same thing for so many times. And it's just too much. It's not just my age. I've never liked it.
Yeah.
Show me a nice bang. Let us think about it. Ooh, enjoy it. And give him a pause, then show us another nice bang.
Yeah.
Instead of for 90 minutes. You know?
Yeah.
I can't get that.
But if you were watching the last 10 minutes, that's usually the finale when they go off.
Yeah, no, of course, I understand that. But it really isn't much difference, you know. And actually, too, in the last 10 minutes, you get up there, bang, bang, okay, that must have been the grand finale, you know, because it was a spectacular pause, and then starts again, and that, okay, now I get it, that was the grand finale.
Yeah.
Pause, and then bang, bang, it just, they program it this way to try and keep people, oh my God, what did I just see? But I don't get it myself. It's already been killjoy, just, you know.
That's okay.
We've got some older woodblock prints here from the Edo era, both originals and reproductions, that show the Ryogoku fireworks.
Right.
It's the same place. It's been going on. This is like 1775 or something. And what you'll see is the picture. It's a 3-panel picture. We've got one here just down there. It's a 3-panel picture. There's the bridge, Ryogoku Bridge, jammed with people.
Yeah.
The riverbanks jammed with people.
Yeah.
The whole river's full of boats with lanterns, people partying, jammed with people.
Yeah.
And in the middle of it, there's one boat, which is obviously the launch thing.
Yeah.
And from this, in the middle of it, we see. And that's all we see.
A single explosion.
Well, okay, they must have done more. They would have been just so on, but it wasn't a massive thing. It must have been the stream of light going up into the sky, exploding into this sort of little fluttering.
Yeah.
And for us, it would be just like, that's all. But in 1772, no TV, no movies, no nothing. It must have been, oh my God, look at that thing up in the sky.
Yeah.
You know? And maybe 10 of them went up in one evening or something. I know nothing about the actual data.
Right.
Everybody would gather all day for this. They'd drink, they'd get party, they'd get ready. And this spectacular thing would happen in the sky. And it's just boop, pop. But because that's all they knew, it would have been spectacular.
Yeah.
So we're just now, we don't even know.
We're spoiled for it.
It's not spoiled. We're just, I don't know what word to use, you know.
Yeah.
It just means nothing anymore. So much stimulation that it just doesn't mean anything.
Yeah. Hey Dave, I want to say hi. I was at a print party last year in April and had a great time.
Thank you. I don't know who you are at that point, but we had some good parties yesterday. We had a group of 4 people from Germany. They didn't know anything about our work at all. They had come through Lonely Planet. And they were on their first day of their trip, and they were a bit sort of zonked and jet lagged. So we woke them up, and they just went out of here dancing. It was so much fun. It turned out that the father in the group, it was his birthday, and the daughter had bought this print party as a birthday present. And he wasn't sort of, when they came in, he was like,
what did you sign
what is
up
this?
for?
Yeah, he's an engineer or something. So, and we had that same conversation, and he was like a bit embarrassed that he was going to be expected to do arty things, and his family would be embarrassed and all that kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. Of course, it's nothing like that, and he had a great time.
Good. That's great.
That's the most fun kind of party for me. When somebody comes in, they're sort of, I don't really want to be here, but my family has told me to be here, and I'm going to be a good boy, and I'll keep quiet, blah, blah, blah. And then they turn out to have so much fun. Yeah, that's the one that really, for me, is a lot of fun. What's on your schedule? Are you just getting ready for the billing at the end of the month?
Yeah, getting ready for
There
anything
are
else.
a bunch. I skimmed through the box.
I pulled it open and thought, nah, I'm not going to do this on the train.
Okay, there's a couple you mentioned. One, it was the usual thing. They bought in the shop, didn't get it, didn't get a tracking number, didn't get any blah, blah, blah,
Okay.
blah, blah. So I went through and looked it all up. And I sent them the tracking number, and it's waiting for pickup at their end. So
Got it.
So I don't know if this is just predating when we made the little few changes there,
Yeah.
or if you did miss one. I don't know, whatever. So we got it. And they were misusing the tracking number. They had spaces in their tracking number.
Huh.
As soon as I took the spaces out, it worked fine and it tracked.
Yeah.
So they might all be a mistake at their end.
Yeah.
And just so you know, before you start answering people, check through to the end, because
Okay.
I did answer that one.
Okay.
Because it came in like Friday afternoon at 5:05.
Got it.
And rather than leave it all the way till Monday.
Yeah. Thanks.
Then there's some more subscriptions. There's a ton of subscription requests and a ton of Japan Journey requests. The
Alright.
new video is going nuts.
All right.
Yahoo, begins with a Y. YouTube.
Begins with the Y.
YouTube is killing us on the weekends. It's great. I know the Ito-san
Yeah.
video is getting like 700 views per hour.
Whoa.
It's spiked again. Comments are pouring in. People are watching
Alright.
that. The newest video has got more views already than anything in the last couple of months has had in the last couple of months.
Wow.
And that's the one about subscriptions.
Oh, cool.
So your box is full of, how can I subscribe? How can I subscribe?
All right.
And I noticed even one, it's the same woman, I think, subscribed to like 6 different sets. And
Yeah.
I don't think that's what she wants. I think she misunderstands the subscription form.
Yeah.
So,
Okay. I'll read through, see what I can.
Yeah, before you start answering, make sure you catch, because the same person has got more than one in there. So. And this video that I'm doing today, Green Portraits, also contains, again, a link to the subscription page. So
Alright.
I might just exacerbate the problem. I don't know.
Sounds good. Fortunately, we're pretty much caught up on
Portraits,
Kiribako.
yeah, so
And
good,
two that
good,
have
good.
arrived, so.
Well, the boxes are, but the slots aren't.
Right.
And that has to wait till Amazon gets back
Yeah.
from Britain.
But we're one step closer than we were.
Okay, yeah. Super-San's working on the Fox Moon today.
Oh, okay.
We don't need a video on that, of course. We've got
Great.
lots of video, but
Is this her first time doing
yeah,
it?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Cool. Ishigami sounds something interesting email. About
Yeah. We
the
checked on
1,000
the
yen
yesterday.
stamps.
Well, we checked we went to the website, could find nothing about this on the website.
Huh.
And we tried to find the post office, but it was Sunday. So
Oh, yeah. Okay.
there's a couple of things to do. I know there are 500 yen stamps. So,
Yeah.
And lots of changes are happening at the post office on October 1st because of the change in the consumption tax.
Yeah.
So this could be related to that. So that stamp itself is not actually beautiful or interesting, and she's putting it on the Great Wave to save
okay.
time rather than sticking on 25 smaller ones.
Right.
But the easiest solution is the 500 if she can't get in there.
Yeah.
I'm not really interested in spending $10,000 in advance just to buy copies of that one boring stamp. But whatever,
Yeah.
let's check into it and see.
Okay.
We couldn't do that yesterday because Sunday.
Yeah. Someone asked, what are you working on today? And John Becker said, this is the text that goes with a famous Hokusai print. Which one? And then the Octopus print. With the link to it so they can see more details. And you're getting there, yeah.
I think there's I can't remember. 1, 2, 3 columns left, I think.
And then tiny box
And
in
the
the
box,
bottom.
yeah. The octopus, little octopus comments.
Yeah.
And then we'll have to maybe do some printing streams. I don't really know. I haven't thought that far forward yet. Am I going to print this? I think I should do the first few batches for sure.
Cool.
And I may have to recarve one of the hair blocks because, as I mentioned before, I may have carved the dark hair block that goes on top has openings cut in it to show the gray underneath. And I may have cut those a bit too wide so it looks like she's got white hair streaks. And we don't want this woman to have white streaks.
Yeah.
So I may have to cut part of the hair block again. We'll see. And finally get this out into the market.
Yep. Will you have to recarve the whole block, or is it one you can put in
It's
an
a
insert.
tough one. It's a
Okay.
tough one because it's got all the fine hair on her head is on both blocks. It's on the key block and it's on the over black block. And my problem is if I have to carve the over black block with all the fine hair, I don't have a piece of wood for it. So we may end up using this corner down here. We'll see. We have a show and tell today, Cameron, so if you keep
Okay,
it
it's
on.
9:08.
Okay. Yeah, maybe 9:15 or something.
Okay.
It's going to be a stinker today, you know. You can feel it already. I've got a dryer on there. And the girls upstairs, they're going to crank their thing down to like 19 or something.
Because it says 19, but it can never actually get that cold. It's fighting too hard.
It just grinds and grinds. And I tell them, please, girls, don't do this. And they're like, it's easy for you downstairs. We're the ones that are working here. Groan. It doesn't help. It doesn't help. They're going to kill that thing, huh? I was hoping the settings would have some sort of parental controls, but I don't think it does. I'm a guy and they're all girls, and that's a huge problem.
Cording gummy. Found a Hasegawa calendar based on cording works. I don't know exactly what that is, but most of them I found in my references, but the one I'm most interested in, is not in the other references. So how confident can we be that they didn't sneak in somebody else's work?
No, Ogata Cording didn't do actually very much woodblock print designing at all. He was a designer, but a lot of lacquerware, paintings, a lot of other stuff. So if you're looking for an original, I don't know, from something from Hasegawa Productions, don't just look in woodblock prints. My guess is it's a motif from some kind of tea ceremony lacquerware or something. I don't know the image he's using.
Got it.
So of course, he has famous paintings and lacquerware and woodblock prints. Can we get a hint? What is it? What's the image? Or?
Let's see. While waiting. Fern in wood says, so a cherry tree fell on our property, and we are experimenting with cutting it up to see what it's like. How thin should we cut the planks? No idea if it's a species that's like Japanese cherry. Interested in turning it into wood.
Whatever. Our traditional planks are 23 millimeters thick, but they don't start that way. They're carved thicker than that for the drying stage, so that because they warp a bit while they're drying, they can be trimmed and flattened to 23 after the drying is over. But nowadays we're doing it even thinner. We're cutting them down to about 5 millimeters and laminating them on boards.
Yeah.
So there's no single answer there. I don't know. I'll have to talk to somebody who knows about how to dry wood, in your local environment. The ones we have upstairs, we've cut them, they're stage one is we cut the tree trunk into like 4 or 5 chunks.
Yeah.
They dry for a couple of years, and then we slice it down even farther.
Yeah.
So there's absolutely no single answer for that question there.
Again, we sent a link if you want to see what the picture is.
In Chrome,
Yeah. So, the December print. Looks like accordion and it is signed, but... Let's see. January, February, March. Oh, there's December.
That's Hasegawa edition. I have no idea. Good God, this is completely stylized from something. It could be from anything. It could be just quoting gummy Korin had lots of screen paintings, and this could be just one tiny corner piece of bamboo or snow from some larger screen painting. I have no idea. Or it could have been from a small print set that was, tea ceremony related. I don't have any idea. But that's a nice find, Hasegawa calendar. What year? 1901, 1902, somewhere around there?
1922. For year 34.
They were still at this. Wow. Is this crepe, is it, or is it flat?
It looks creped from the photos. Yeah.
Yeah. Can't tell. Nice find. 1934. That would be at about the end of them, Yeah. That's somewhere on the end. In fact, I'm surprised to hear 34. I didn't even know they were doing it that far away. I mean, not that late.
Well, that's what's interesting. It looks like it was printed in 1922, but for the year 1934.
No way.
That wouldn't make any sense. Why would you print it 13 years in advance?
No, not at all.
I mean, not 1312, but... Yeah. Huh.
No, if there's a 1922 date on it, it'll just be a colophon at the back. It's been reused and reused and reused and reused and reused. It's like when you publish a book. It's published in 1922, whatever, and then second edition, third edition, fourth edition. And if you don't, these days we're legally required to blah, 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 blah. Yeah. There's just a piece of paper at the back. Why recarve the woodblock every year? So, it's New Year's time, send back the woodblock to change the date on that little piece of wood at the back. So if there's confusion there, the colophon on the last page with the address information would just have the whatever first date that particular page was done. Okay. And it could also, show me a typical month, because you know how months repeat the show?
So every...
X number of years, yes, you can use the same month, because the month pages don't have the year on them, and there's no holidays marked. And it's possible, I doubt they would have done this, there could have been a date grid that could be swapped in and swapped out. Hasegawa font.
Yep.
Where have I seen that before?
Pretty cool.
So Cameron, what have we got? Korigami has a show and tell?
Yep. Korigami's got a show and tell.
And we have a little show and tell? Okay.
Korigami says they started printing it in 1903, maybe this kind of calendar. Cut them like firewood, a round cut into 4 pieces. They're guessing on the cherry wood.
No idea. I'm really not the guy to ask. If you just cut a log and lay it down, it will start to split and split and split. So you've got to cut it into smaller pieces the way you want it cut before it starts to split. Yeah. And what we do with ours, we paint it with wood glue so that it doesn't dry out too quickly. Yeah. And I'm really not an expert on that at all. We are struggling ourselves to learn how to handle this. So. Okay, this is an auction finding. This is a casual public auction. This was on Yahoo Auctions, and some of you guys may have seen this last week. I think one person bid against it. Was 2 books, 2 separate auctions. And very, very unusually, they were snipeable. The person who puts goods up on Yahoo Auction, the default setting is after every new bid, it extends 5 minutes. Mm-hmm. But this one wasn't set that way, and I noticed it. Somebody had bid, so I just waited till 10 seconds before the end, popped it, and I got it. So. 2 separate auctions. What they are, they're Meiji-era magazines. And they are art magazines. I'm not really quite sure who the target market would have been. Whatever, people who had some sort of idea that they would like to learn more about the history of art, not specifically woodblock printmaking. They are made through the medium of woodblock printmaking, but some of the things illustrated in there are not always woodblock prints. It might be a scrap of fabric that's in some fabric museum to show how weaving happened in Okinawa in the 13th century or something like this, whatever. So it's an art magazine, not a woodblock printmaking magazine, but it is made with woodblock printing. Because back in the time it was made, let me find the date at the back here.
That's how publishing was done.
That's how publishing was done. It's Meiji 38. Meiji 38. Quick.
Yeah.
Internet. Meiji 38. How long is it going to take for the answer to come back? I don't know. Whatever. And the magazine.
1905-ish?
Pardon me?
1905-ish?
I really don't know. I just get totally scrambled about this. I'm sorry. It's around the turn of the century. So whatever. And the magazine is called Bijutsu Ho Ko. And the Ko is gone here. It's stuck by the one previous owner. Must have had a little ex libri kind of label. And he's got the label twice, and he's got number 45 116E, number 45 116E. His name was Tanaka, and he had his little library,
Seals.
And he stuck them right in the front of the book.
So right in the center.
But bijutsu is, what's your general translation? Beautiful crafts. What's the bijutsu? Arts, as in arts and crafts type arts. And then ho is the kanji for treasure. And then ko is garage. Treasure collection of treasures, the place where you keep all your treasure and stuff. So
storehouse too.
And it was, I don't know if it was a subscription magazine or if it was just something published now and then, what you would now call a MOOC, not a magazine, not a book. And this is, we've got here volume 4 and volume 1. And I'm not sure the history. There was maybe 10 or 12 of them before they gave up. I don't know the actual. Every now and then we see sets of these come up. And there we have it. And it's made by woodblock printing. And as I said, it's supposed to be a survey of different kinds of arts done in woodblock. And everything you see is carved. The what do you call it? The table of contents with the title of each picture and the person that designed it is in woodblock, as is the introduction with very, very little tiny, look at this camera, tiny ruby.
Wow.
Hiragana on there for those who couldn't quite read some of the decorative writing. And here we go, let's just flip through this thing. And it's a mixed bag of different kinds of styles. As I said, it's not a history of ukiyo-e, although we will see some ukiyo-e in here. And this is an illustration that will be from Kyogen. I'm going to stick my neck out here, Cameron-san. It's a Kyogen, the episode that comes in the middle of a no theater play, where there's usually two. It's a very standard pattern, guy with the fan, a guy with the drum. There's just a bunch of standard standard routines that come in, and this for sure is one of them. I've seen this before. Cool. So what you see is done in woodblock print making, but it's depicting an episode from New York. Yeah. And the next one's a swing picture, and this is a reproduction. It's a Harunobu. They have included a kind of clumsily done reproduction of a Harunobu print. I say clumsily. The carving is to die for, but no way would Harunobu ever have picked anything, or his printers would never have picked a color scheme like this.
Yeah.
This is at a time when all sense of good taste is being lost. This is, one of those beautiful, those grotesque, horrible purple red prints. Good morning, Kwai-san. Go upstairs, right?
No, thanks.
One thing, the jacket that's back there, is that your jacket?
Nice.
Hanging up. So it's a customer's lost and found then, hanging on. Any idea?
女の人。
スタッフの中、客の中。
いや、お客さんです。あれ、俺かけたもん、あれ。
一人の男性、2時半のパーティー。女の。ドイツ人のグループに僕メール出したんですが、うちのじゃないでしょと。午前中、タイから、フランスから。
フランス、2人組です。
フランスの2人の。
2人、ちょっとね、パーティーの写真見る。
Okay, じゃあ僕写真撮ったんですから。We had some lost and found yesterday. Somebody left a jacket. I was smart. I thought I knew who it was. Wrote him an email. I said, not mine.
Not me. Who's wearing a jacket in this weather anyway?
Well, that's why they forgot it, because they hung it up and forgot when they went out. So look at this. Look at this. Now this is a reproduction of a brush painting.
Yeah.
And what have we got? Descending geese? I don't know. I don't think so. There's no specific. It could be, but there's no specific sense that it's a series of 8 or anything.
Yeah.
And it's a woodblock reproduction, again, of a very, very roughly done painting style. Slap, 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 bang, bang, bang. It's the kind of painting you'd see sometimes with poetry. We'd call it a haiga.
Yeah.
Painting that goes with poems. And it's even got some actual embossing here.
Oh, yeah.
But look at the gradations. It's just really slapped together so quickly, but it gives the effect of really quick brushwork.
Yeah.
Which one? The two French girls. Okay, じゃあ、メール送ります。Okay, no problem. じゃあ、メール送ります。ドイツ人じゃないですから、一人の日本人か。
何じゃない。
Okay, okay.
女の人で俺かけた。
じゃあ、okay, じゃあメール出します。大丈夫だ。Okay. This one is funny. This one is funny. I'm going to need everybody's assistance for this.
Oh,
What we're talking about this, right?
Sure.
So we have a fan with a signature of what is undoubtedly some famous artist, and we have a bit of things that look like ripples, water. Are we on the stream here, Cameron? Is it on screen?
Yeah.
And we have a thing in the water.
Yes, something for sure is in the water.
Any ideas, ladies and gentlemen, what this might be? Good morning, good morning, good morning. I can give you one.
It's a flying saucer.
It's a flying saucer. It looks to me, it's a sandal just floating down the river. They've put a picture of a sandal, right? That's what it is. It's not a fish. It looks like an eggplant. My first guess was an eggplant. Second guess is a sandal.
The back of a dog's head, someone says. Yeah, that was...
Okay, now let me give you one here. We've actually figured out what this is because we went and looked up what the title of the print is, because the title tells us what it is. But let me give you one hint before I tell you, in that actually this is oxidized silver.
Oh, okay, so it was what you guessed.
What we're seeing as black almost certainly would have been a silver color or a type
Slightly
of
reflective, or at least
something,
shiny.
yes. So, but I still don't get it. What's this part of it? Anyway, the title is, let's get back here. The title is, here we are, can we tell? Water, middle, no, ski. The moon in the water. The title is The Moon in the Water. Except there must be a bit of more ski sounds funny. There must be a more artistic pronunciation of this.
Mizunaka.
And there must be an artistic, whatever. But yeah, this is, so they tell me, intended to represent a reflection of the moon in the water on a fan. Okay?
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
That's a swimming duck seen from above. Boat arriving too late to save a drowning witch. All sorts of guesses.
So whatever. I still think it's a sandal, but whatever. Now the next one's funny. This is fun. This has got the name of the artist here, and it's Tsukiyoka Yoshitoshi. And yet, look what we have here.
A baby ogre. No.
Well, it's the This is the kid's toy.
Yeah,
that
the
makes
rattle
boom,
type
boom, boom,
thing,
rattle, which is supposed to actually be thunder.
Okay.
It's got the same mark. They coming out of you. I don't know what it's called.
No.
I forget. No, Fuji. Dochika.
Yeah, who's kaze?
Yeah. So okay. So I guess I have no idea. There's no other explanations in this book. Whether they have found something in Yoshitoshi's childhood sketchbooks, or it's a clip from a larger print, or it's from the Yoshitoshi manga, or whatever that's left. I have no background knowledge on it. But there we have it. It's a Yoshitoshi design of what is either a child playing the thunder, or it's the thunder god as a child, or whatever the illusion is. Again, these things, this whatever year this is, it would have made sense to the people at that time. So it's an illusion or something that was knowledgeable or known to people at that day, at that time. The red too. This is all printed.
Wow.
And this is the kind of red that would dissolve in water. If we were trying to take this book off its covering and stuff, and you've seen me put the prints in hot water and stuff, it's okay. Do not try this at home, because if you did this with this one, you would end up with a bath full of red water. Yes, and it would just...
And then the whole print's red.
There are pigments, and there are pigments. And another swing picture. This is Utamaro, and I don't know of any original Utamaro that matches this, but they've either put something together in the form of an Utamaro, or did like we were saying with Korengami, made a print based on some part of a screen painting or something.
Yeah.
I don't know the origins of this. And the carving is to die for. Very, just so nice. They had rock hard wood and beautiful carving. But the color schemes on all these things, this is the era when they were, like I said, they were losing their taste, and they could make modern prints, the Kuchie and stuff, very tastefully. But yeah, 2時半かな。1時か2時半、ちょっと忘れちゃう。And to finish off, we have, and I think it's pretty clear, Cameron. These are they're not really tanuki. They're dogs. The show? What? They're puppies. You don't think so?
His claws look a little long.
They're puppies. They're puppies. Good morning. Good morning. Could be 10 o'clock. We're at 2 at 10, right? 10時から2人? 1人. Ah, okay. Cameron, it's a puppy dog, you sure?
Is that a puppy, everyone?
I think so. It's a puppy.
Okay.
It's there's a certain style that developed in that era. Kawaii Gyokudo was one of the people setting this up, and their dogs look like this. Believe
Got it.
It's almost a what's the word? You've shrunken something into a circle to minimize the surface area, and that's how they treat their puppy dogs. They're all almost a circle with just a few bumps around the outside.
Yeah.
And then something totally different over here. We have a nice Suzume spider. And this is done with Nuno Mezuri. I don't know if you can see it. It's very, very light. There's a cloth pattern printed on the back here to make it look like it's a silk painting.
Am I seeing also, what is that? Several of these.
It's got the mica.
Powder. The mica, that's
the whole book. The whole book is just sprinkled with that stuff. It's just to give it some sort of luxe feeling. It's probably not showing in the camera here.
Yeah.
But there's a little tiny mica powder that's been sprinkled across the whole thing.
Yeah.
Get us on a little, and ending off with some plum blossoms, I guess. Cherry blossom. So do we have it? It's a typical arts magazine of the era, end of the 19th century, beginning of the 20th century. Mm-hmm. We have another one. We don't need to go through both of them today. It's the same sort of thing. Next up. And it's a nice collection. It cost me about 2,500 yen, I think, because nobody really wants these things anymore. It's only of interest to me because of the wood blockiness of the thing. Yeah. It's not something that would be interesting per se. It's just to study the art and stuff. Yeah. So. A nice, pleasant little item to add to our collection. Just another example of how woodblock printmaking is capable of, imitating almost anything. If you're going to be willing to spend the time and effort to make the gradations and do all this and do all that. So,
The 984 a few minutes ago said, I saw a collection of ukiyo-e heroes in the wild today. It was interesting to look to my left, see them in the window, and think, oh, I've seen those reprinted. Where did you see a collection of these? Was it in someone's home or a museum or what? That's interesting.
I don't know. But actually, that reminds me, there was a Facebook page, a Facebook post the other day. Okay. And I'm not sure how this worked. Somebody I didn't know had seen the rickshaw car print. Okay. It was in a frame on a wall. And I think it seems to have been in a museum. Huh. He took a picture of it and said, hey, look at this. Yeah. And the first commenter said, oh my God, that must have been where Nintendo got the idea for Mario Kart. And I'm not making this up. This was in here. It's in here. I can give you the link, whatever. It's on somebody's Facebook page.
Oh, that's
and the reason I know about it is because farther down the link, someone said, no, that's the famous ukiyo heroes made by Dave Bloch. Yeah. And he did my name in the link form. So it came to me. Somebody has talked about you on a Facebook page, on the internet, whatever. So that's why I saw it.
That is so funny.
But is this really happening? We know our prints are in museums. They're in the Kunst und Gewerbe Museum in Hamburg. There's a couple more in Europe. Yeah. And they're on the wall. But surely on the wall there's a sticker that says what it is, right?
This is where Nintendo got
So, and this is where Nintendo got the idea. And I'm like, wait a minute. My head just exploded when I saw that. Thanks for coming in, girls.
Yeah, thank you.
And could it be that this could be a thing? If you jump forward 200, 300, 400 years, these things get removed. They're removed sometimes from the context in which they're living in. And, now when we look at these two historical episodes, which one came first? They were 10 years different. We have no idea. It's just happening all back there in the same era. So seen from 2545, back in the old Showa Heisei Taisho, it was all the same time, Showa Heisei Taisho was all mixed together, whatever. There's this rickshaw cart print, woodblock print, and then later there's Nintendo with this thing. And Nintendo clearly got the idea from this old woodblock print, my head just exploded. Where is this going in the future, So it's all mine. I invented the whole thing. Let's get this back here. This little video clip will be dug up and found somewhere. Yep, me, David Bull. I invented Mario.
Yes, links are okay, someone asked.
Huh?
Someone asked if it's okay to send links.
Oh, in the stream? Whatever. It depends what, too. It's okay.
Within reason. But
Cameron, it's time to go, right? I have got to wrap this up. Okay, it's the end of my week now. Monday's the last day for us. Tuesday's our closing day. I'm going to go to Ome this time. They want the air conditioner installed, which I said I would do a month ago. They said, oh, it's too soon. So I said, okay, your call. But now they're desperate.
Now they said, it's hot, where are you?
So I will do the air conditioner, and I will perhaps stumble down the street to the lady who cuts hair and see if she will accept me still one more time. Every day she says the same thing, She says, why do you leave it so long? Because she makes my hair do what she thinks is nice. Yeah. And it's nice for like 1 week. And then it's a shaggy dog. And she's worried that I will tell people who cuts my hair, and it's just shaggy dog somewhere. Anyway, so that's coming up on Tuesday. Cameron, let's get out of here. Okay. We'll be back here Wednesday morning, carving more more calligraphy or doing something else. Get in there. Look at this.
Yeah.
We're getting not nearly finished. Don't think about this. Don't go there. Don't go there. It could be a year away.
Could be a year.
See you later. Thanks very much. Bye-bye. Watch for the video.